Jay besides dun sa kung kapamilya ba o kapuso, ano ba yung stand ng bawat isa dun sa shutdown? Are we pro shutdown or are we against the shutdown?
Okay.
So ikaw, Jay, ano ka ba? Are you against it or are you okay with it? Are you pro?
Well, I have no I have nothing against, or I'm not for or against it because it
So you're
expired.
apathetic. Okay, sige.
No, it expired kasi. So if they're
Kaya nga.
following the really, it's not a matter of wanting to or not wanting it shut down. It's due to ABS-CBN's. So who is, well, if I'm going to talk about who's at fault, but I think it's ABS-CBN because they should have worked on the issues so that they won't have any problems with the renewal, and they should have done it earlier rather than wait. If the 16th Congress said, let the 17th Congress handle it, they should have pushed and pushed because we don't know what's going to happen in the next Congress. So it's really, if they wanted it renewed, they would have worked for it. I don't know if they worked for it. Maybe they did, but it lapsed. It expired. So the law is clear on what to do when it's expired. So you have to shut down.
But as you said earlier, you don't know the details of if people work on it or not. So, also, speculation din na baka naman, there was really ano ba yun? Blocking or an outside, an internal force within the NTC and the government
That's
trying to
possible.
stop ABS-CBN to actually get a renewal or get a new franchise because nga it expired.
Well, tama naman si Jay. As per law, tama lang na mag-stop ng operation. Pero at the same time kasi, they have submitted all necessary documents for renewal. This as per their press release ng ABS-CBN. They have submitted all necessary documents for the renewal as early as 2014. But Congress, yung Committee on Franchise, never scheduled it for debate. Hindi pa siya umaabot sa plenary ever. Nasa committee level pa lang siya since 2014. So imagine that. You already have everything and hindi man lang nagkaroon ng congressional committee hearing from 2014.
Pero, to G's point, I'm not against or I'm not one to say na mali si ABS-CBN, mali si ganyan. But yung sinabi ni Jay na they should have worked on it pa and didn't stop until it was renewed, or it didn't stop until yun nga yung parang sinabi na sige, next Congress na lang kayo. Kasi like my boss always says, ano pa yung ginawa mo? Kasi diba, you can always have that excuse na, ay, hindi kami pinayagan nito eh. Ay, ang bagal nila gumalaw. Ay, hindi nila kami pinapakinggan. Ano yung pwede mo pang gawin? What could you have done better to
yung question
that situation better for you? Kasi kung KPI mo, like for example, there's someone doon sa ABS-CBN really working on that. Ano yung KPI mo? Para maabot mo yung KPI mo, ikaw, ano pa yung pwede mong gawin? Sino pa yung pwede mong lapitan?
That's a good point. That's a good point. And so parang anong nangyayari, no? I'm taking the affirmative, but that's fine. Kung ikaw, you're working on a big company and nag-submit ka na ng required sa'yo na trabaho. And then yung sinabit mong trabaho, you submit it to your counterpart. Para they have to do their part before it gets approved by your boss, by the CEO. Sinabit mo na lahat ng work mo. Yung counterpart mo, walang ginawa. And then the boss said, well, wala tayong magagawa, hindi umabot sa akin, hindi ko napirmahan, deadline na.
But
lahat kayo mananagot.
Got it. But that's 6 years. That's 6 years of inactivity. Someone from
Yes.
ABS-CBN should have done more.
They did. They approached Noy Noy. Noy Noy said, labas ako dyan kasi, Congress is Congress. And Noy Noy is
Nakakatawa
one
yung
of
labas
those,
ako dyan.
sitting duck president na hindi nakikialam at everything. So, lumapit sila. I think it was Chris Aquino who actually said in public na she is willing to talk to Noy Noy about it eh.
I was. Charot.
Diba? Pero, it didn't happen kasi ayaw din makialam ni Noy Noy sa Congress. Kasi separation of powers nga. And during that time, hindi naman hawak ni Noy Noy yung Congress. It was an opposition Congress. So whatever Noy Noy wants, hindi din pa-aprobahan ng Congress at that time. And guess sino yung sino yung committee head during that time? Romualdez.
So
When?
anong
Which Congress?
Chika?
2014, so that's the 17th Congress. Si Romualdez. Romualdez is kamag-anak ni Imelda.
No,
Yes.
I heard it was Belmonte. When was Belmonte?
Del Monte was the 16th Congress eh. Sunny Belmonte.
Uh-oh.
That was 16th Congress pa.
Now is 18th ba? 18th now?
18th na ngayon, no.
Oh.
Sunny Belmonte was the Speaker of the House, 16th Congress. Tapos, ang Speaker of the House sino ba Speaker nila nung 16th Congress? 17th, I forgot sino eh. But it's not the Speaker, it's the committee level pa lang. Hindi nga siya umabot sa plenary eh. Pag umabot sa plenary, doon pala papasok si Speaker. So, yung committee chair pa lang ang problema.
Okay. Well, sabi mo dun sa example ni Krizzy about the bosses na lagot, walang magagawa lagot. That's where ABS-CBN now, right? So they have to bear the brunt of the consequence of not having that franchise right now. But
they're actually playing it to the public sentiment. They anticipated this. They kind of dared the government to make this happen. Sabi nga nung isang insider, attitude talaga. Sabi nung isang insider, well, sabi niya insider siya ng Channel 2, no? Weeks, months before the cease and desist order, may mga pub mats na silang naka-ready kasi they know it will happen anytime.
It's I don't know, if you know something bad will be happening, won't you do anything and everything that you can just to prevent that?
What else can you do? If you're in ABS-CBN shoe, what do you think you should be able to do pa? There's nothing you can do with Congress. Congress doesn't want to tackle it.
I don't think
NTC,
so.
yeah, go ahead.
It's we're in a
Peter Cayetano was very vocal about blocking and not tabling the renewal for Channel 2 eh.
Well, we're in a democracy. So, yung pag sinabi mo na, ay, wala kaming magagawa kasi may isang tao na ayaw sa amin, diba parang, it doesn't make sense for you to just stop trying just because that person in power in a democracy is blocking you or the president is blocking you. Diba?
That's ideally speaking. That's ideally speaking.
Well, you can go, yung sinasabi nila na pub mats na ready na, they could have launched that like when? Nang mas maaga para lang sabihin na, hey, this is not working for us. You know that this person is blocking us from trying to renew. And me naman, ang take ko lang dun sa holistic na pagtingin ko sa bagay is, these are jobs we're talking about. It's not just ABS-CBN. It's the people working for that company. It's the people losing their jobs.
5,000 to 7,000.
How many?
5 to 7,000.
Diba? That's a lot of people.
11,000.
Right? It bukod pa doon yung 5 to 7,000, those are the actual employees, but more than that, meron pang mga yung mga contractual or yung mga non-employees na umaasa dun sa business na yan. Right? Na for Alan Peter Cayetano or even the president, yung lalaki dun sa Malacanang, lalaki sa Malacanang, di ba, hindi ba niya naiisip yun na panahon ng COVID ngayon? Ano yung magiging epekto sa unemployed na mga tao na tinanggalan yun ng trabaho ngayon? Right?
Well, to Alan Peter Cayetanos and yung tutan ng China sa Malacanang, in all fairness to them, they never really wanted a shutdown or a cease and desist order. All they wanted was to scare ABS-CBN to stop criticizing the government. That's why they're dangling the franchise. Kaya hindi nila ni-revoke yung franchise during Congress. They just said, i-delay natin to. Kasi pag nagsalita kayo ng something, tatanggalin naman kayo ng franchise.
Again to my point, that's the point of democracy, right? For people to be able to say what they want to say, to criticize who they want to criticize, especially in the government. Kasi diba,
do you still think we're in a democracy?
If you will take out yung pagiging critical ng press at sasabihin mo lang na dapat factual sila. Factual and critical are very different, right? When you say that the press should be just factual, then they're not doing their job. They should be critical of things because that they owe that to the public. They owe that to us. 'Di ba? Yung mga viewers ng pag sinabi nila na may ganito, sabihin lang nila yun as a matter of fact. Yung parang that's half of the point. Dapat mas mag-isip kayo for us para pagdating sa amin, it's easily digestible, especially for us na mga Pilipino na sobrang uneducated.
That is speaking from your own bubble. That's privilege na. Kasi unfortunately,
you're a privileged bitch.
Yes, privilege yun. Kasi unfortunately, that's not how the real world works. And that's not what's happening right now. Kasi if you ask people right now, we are no longer operating in a democracy. Rappler was taken down, ABS-CBN franchise was delayed up to the point na they had to actually issue a cease and desist order.
So we have
left and right.
We have not been in a democracy since President Noynoy Aquino, are you saying? Or even before?
We've not been in a democracy since Gloria Macapagal Arroyo took power. In my opinion, the last democratically elected president
Ramos?
Si Joseph Estrada. He is the last democratically elected president. And then Gloria took over, and then she cheated the following election, and then Noynoy won for some reason kahit na hindi naman talaga siya binoto ng mga tao. And then come Duterte with a blatant abuse and cheating during the election na very, very prevalent and evident on the 2020 elections.
Okay.
2019 elections.
I'm going to try to steer us back into the iceberg that the ABS-CBN Titanic has just bumped into. So they have resumed broadcast via their digital frequencies. So
not frequencies. Just to correct that, no, they have resumed broadcast using the internet, but not the frequencies.
Digital platforms.
Yes, platforms.
Okay. So it's not really the issues of not being able to continue to operate. They can still do it. But not,
as far as operation is concerned, they can do it online.
Not the analog. Plus, they have their cable channel pa, right?
Yes.
And I don't know how many channels they have. Those they can operate there. And so people are still working.
Yes, and all those 11,000 people, yung 5 to 7,000 na figure mo, nakuha mo lang yan sa mga Facebook trolls most probably kasi yan yung
Wait,
pinapangalandakan ng mga
wait. Let's not go into name calling, because they've been doing that. Also, the 5 to 7,000, according to those people who are saying that, is based on government figures. So the submitted
yes.
numbers of ABS-CBN. So
Well,
the 11,000
that
they're
depends
saying,
that depends on which document you're referring to. Kasi during the Senate hearing, they submitted the document showing na they have close to 8,000 regular employees, and then they have about 3,000 more projects and contractuals.
okay, so it's more 8,000 regular employees.
Close to 8,000 regular employees. That's
Okay.
regular employees. Tapos syempre may mga project-based pa, may mga contractuals pa. That's operating within ABS-CBN lang. Pero ito pa iisipin mo, how about those advertisers na advertising firms that are actually working with ABS-CBN? Mawawalan din sila ng trabaho.
What? That is an exaggeration.
No,
Yes.
talk to,
No, I think it's because they have other clients naman for sure.
yes, for sure.
So there's a disconnect because it's like the negative impact is so big. I feel that then they could have done something also very significant and big because they have that much breadth in terms of employees. They have that much reach across the Philippines, across the world. So they're actually a very powerful entity in the Philippines. Right?
Exactly.
So it's
That's
not
why
like they're helpless.
correct. That's why what I'm saying kanina is they could have done more. Their reach is so their influence is so is so ano ba? Is big, right? They have lots and lots of connections na baka mas may pwede pa kayong magawa sana. 'Di ba? Doon sa nung sinabi mo na 2014 pa lang, meron na sila, kumpleto na sila lahat. Doon sa 6 years na yon, asan yung action? Where is the, oh my God, merong remaining time, meeting time. 2 minutes 46 seconds.
Right, so we'll be taking a break.
Okay. Alam mo, ako na lang mag-host.
No, it's good that we take a break. We just jump back in. But we're going to end the meeting. Just wrap up the first segment. No, just the background and what we saw happen. So, for us, there could have been stuff that ABS-CBN had done before to ease the process, but also they might have felt pressure coming from negative forces that also is preventing that process to go forward. But there are other details that we don't know, like the details of the cases against them, any violations that prevent the processing of that application. Is it a renewal or is it a new franchise application? Who the people in charge to analyze and get that through to committee hearings? Who those people? But we don't know. And
Ikaw, Jake, diba, kasi ikaw kasi, Jay, you've been a boss before in the corporate world. If someone had like 6 years to finish a project or to finish a renewal of something, like a big project, and wala silang nagawa, diba, you'll fire them. Yung parang, ginawa mo, wala ka, kung yan yung trabaho mo, tas hindi mo nagawa, dapat nasisante ka na. Dahil wala kang, diba? Nag-feel siya eh. Nag-feel kayo dun sa dapat yung ginagawa.
Yeah. So there's an escalation process, right, in the corporate world. So it goes up and up and up and up until the person who can do something about it hears about it and helps to take action on
Correct.
whatever is needed. If it reaches the
That's
president
that's the
level,
reason
yeah.
why yung mismong COO and CEO ng ABS-CBN nagpunta na sa Senate but nothing happened.
I thought it was in the Congress. Why would they go to the Senate?
Congress has an upper Congress and lower
Yeah,
Congress,
yeah, yeah. So House of Representatives, they should go to the House, not the Senate.
but the House never and did not make any arrangement. They did not have any committee hearings. They didn't have any scheduled anything as far as ABS-CBN is concerned.
So